What's happening, people? It's your boy Mick and the man, Mr. Jarron Gray.
What up, people?
What's going on? Thank you for joining us for another episode of A Puff a Minute. That's right, I told you I was going to be rocking my Puff a Minute t-shirt today. All right, get your t-shirts now. All right, Puff a Minute representing out here. Okay, so yeah, man, it's just it's a lovely Saturday morning. It's not too hot today. It's a little bit more humid because we're getting into what we call monsoon season out here in Las Vegas. So that means we get flash floods once it starts raining and all of that. But we get like a whole whopping 10% humidity or something like that, man, that would like drive, you people crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's what's going on, man. Jay, what you smoking on?
Man, got a nice little La Gloria today.
La Gloria Cubana.
Yeah, I'm pretty snobbish about my Nicaraguans, but this is a good Dominican.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
Nice smooth smoke, even smoke,
yeah.
Good construction. So I don't mind smoking these if I'm gonna smoke a Dominican.
Absolutely, man. Actually, I just found out recently that Nicaragua is now the leading producer of tobacco in the world, man. So they took the title. You know what I'm saying? So they doing their thing right now. That's why we keep coming up with all of these Nicaraguans and stuff like that.
You put me on game on that, right? With the Cuban seeds, and they're just planting them different places.
Yeah, they just moved them over.
And for whatever reason, they seem to grow better in Nicaragua than anywhere else because they keep producing good tobacco. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But on the Nicaraguan tip, I'm rocking this Padron today, right? This Padron, man, it's a Maduro 7,000, man. It's great gauge right here. It's again, one of the better cigars is out there, man. Padron actually has one out right now. I can't recall it right now, but it's one of the top 3 cigars. It's going to be featured at the Big Smoke, all right, in November, all right. And if you guys are following the page, you notice that I put that ad up there, so you can come out here and join us in Las Vegas for the Big Smoke. I get nothing for advertising that for Cigar Aficionado, but we do attend and we do have a good time, and we love. If you're in the area, reach out to A Puff a Minute. We'd love to get you on for an episode. All right?
Don't hesitate to hit us up if you want the real promotion.
That's right.
Cigar Aficionado.
Yeah, Cigar Aficionado. Follow me now. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening. Hey, but check this out, man. A lot has occurred in the last week, even though it was a short holiday week. Awkward week, absolutely.
4th of July hit us on a Wednesday.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, that was kind of crazy and stuff. To kind of break the week up a little bit.
Yeah.
But how'd you spend your weekend, man? I mean, your day off.
Right. Got my little day off. But, man, it was a good day. Ate barbecue like I like to do. Try to stay away from the pork, but it's hard when grandma cooking up them ribs.
True, absolutely.
Hung out with the family, sat by the pool, man. It was a good day.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't have no problem with the pork. I ain't have no problem with the meat at all. You know what I'm saying? But I spent my day chilling, man, like literally just having some serious me time, man. I hit my pool at the crib, man, about 9:30 in the morning. Was out there, had my music playing, just relaxing, enjoyed a cigar, and hung out in the pool, man, until about 3. I think wifey joined me around noon.
Okay.
And then in the evening, man, we got invited to some friends' house, man, and we went down there and hung out with those guys. And they had the spread, right? You know what I'm saying? But they had some vegetarian options for them, brother. Okay. So we went down there and chilled, man. And they got a rooftop on their crib.
Oh,
yeah. Of course, we was at the rooftop, and we were able to see all the fireworks. Panoramic fireworks all around the city, man. So that was a beautiful, beautiful evening. Of course, I had to come back home because the brother got to get up at 4:30, start grinding the next day. But it is what it is, right? So, hey, I failed to mention today, man, so it's kind of early out here, right? Like 10 a.m., so ain't nobody really trying to do too much pairing with an alcoholic beverage. Although I will say that I got me a little coffee right here with just a twinge of Bailey's Almondade, or the almond milk Bailey's, so to speak, man. So, yeah, just touching it up a little bit, And Jay is...
I'm beverageless today.
Beverageless. So, yeah, that's what's happening, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, man, there's been a lot of controversy. Well, I shouldn't say that, man, because this is an age-old story, for a certain group of people that we associate with in the United States, man. Mm. But I saw a lot of interaction in social media where people were kind of, not so much protesting, because anybody's gonna protest the day off, but there was a lot to be said about the holiday itself, right? You catch any of that?
Yeah, definitely, man. So something that caught a friend of mine actually said it to me, Wendell Williams, right? historic figure here in
Yeah,
Las
Wendell
Vegas.
Williams, yeah.
Brother been in the assembly, was a great politician. Sent me a post he saw right on social media about Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
And Frederick Douglass, 10 years before the slaves were freed,
Yeah.
wrote a very harsh speech
Right.
to the politicians at that time,
Right.
because they had passed some different acts making slaves that ran away to the north fugitives, and that they could maliciously hunt them down and bring them back to servitude. And he wrote a speech talking about, you asked me to celebrate the 4th of July, but when there's all these current injustices going on, this is in 1852.
True.
Now, we in 2018.
Right.
But I feel like the same sentiment goes for today, right? We still dealing with all these injustices, acts after acts after acts, different things we see on social media. The people calling the police on people throwing barbecues, trying to get in their community pools,
right.
All this different stuff, right? It's like all these injustices are happening again, but here we are celebrating our 4th of July when nothing in that independence, the Declaration of Independence, was written about black people.
Absolutely, man.
Nothing.
It brings to mind to me, man, when W.E.B. Du Bois talked about the duality of being African American.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, you'll never be African enough to be fully African, and you'll never be American enough to be fully accepted as an American.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we walk that fine line half the time, right,
Yeah.
between African American, so to speak. So again, I understand. For me, it's not about Independence Day, so to speak. Now again, I say that with a grain of thought, right, because the nation became independent from, from the crown in England, right, and this is the nation that we call home. I'm definitely not going to subscribe to the whole, people say, well, if you don't like it here, go back to Africa. I can't go back to someplace I'm not from. You know what I'm saying? So that's the day that the nation became independent. So there's some recognition there. But again, when I say Happy 4th of July, you know what I'm saying? That's the date.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
It's the date, bro. It's no different than saying, hey, Happy 7th of July today. It's the date. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, I know that the Declaration of Independence did not include, or was not addressing the ills of society as it pertains to the slaves at the time or the black population. So I mean, those are just facts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. But like I said, it made me think, right, because you start to self-identify a little bit more. And I had this conversation with a buddy of mine about us owning our own economy.
Sure.
We no longer own our own economy, right? As far as black people as a people.
Okay.
Everything we buy from somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't tend to support and advocate for black business as much as
consumers.
we should. Right.
Yeah.
So then at the same time, we talked about this before, Martin Luther King's last speech where he was on camera and he was in an interview and he said, I've integrated my people into a broken society.
Right. Yeah.
He was like, before we were integrated, we were doctors, we were lawyers, we were store owners, we were our own economy. And now here we are integrated into a broken society.
Burning house.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So there it is, man. There it is. All right, man. Let's get on something a little bit lighter. So we were going back and forth last week, talking about what's LeBron gonna do. What's LeBron gonna do? Mm-hmm. Well, LeBron did what he was gonna do.
He didn't make us wait 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
And see him on the TV, wait for him to make a decision.
At least he just made the decision this time, right? And kept it kind of simple. But what do you think, man? What do you think about LeBron going to the Lakers and stuff like that? You jumping on the bandwagon? Got your purple on today?
Oh, nah, man. I wore the purple because I look good in it. It wasn't nothing about LeBron, man. Because, hey, that dude, man, I will say this, though. One of the things I saw on ESPN that had me cracking up is remember when he went to Miami, he said, we're going to win 5, 6, 7, 8 championships.
True.
Then he went to Cleveland. I'm bringing the championship to Cleveland.
Yep.
And then he went to the Lakers. What did he say about championships?
Not a doggone thing. Not a doggone thing. Dead silence. You know what I'm saying? So what tripped me out is LeBron, is notorious for saying that he wants to play with cerebral players, right?
Yeah.
So he was in a situation in Cleveland, man, where his supporting cast, he didn't feel that they were on the same level with him as far as, knowledge of the game and stuff like that, being cerebral players.
Right.
So he goes to LA, and after LeBron goes to LA makes a bunch of moves, man, and they don't do anything to surround him with cerebral players, man. I don't understand it. Instead of having one J.R. Smith, they got like 3 or 4 now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand like what the plan is with LA right now with all of these 1-year contracts and stuff like that. What are they trying to do?
Because I think what it is, man, is they're trying to train up these young dudes, right?
Okay.
And maybe it's not a championship this year, but maybe it's a championship next year. You got some free agents coming up next year that could really be on the board. You got Kevin Durant's going to come up next year again. Yeah. So, Melo, we still don't know where he's going to go.
Still don't know about Melo.
They gave Chris Paul the money, but I'm still a big believer in the Banana Boat boys, man. When they was all on the banana boat, hanging out with the shirts off and chilling, man, it's still a good possibility. Some of them dudes mix and match and may end up playing together. They still may get Melo in LA. You never know.
Well, this year in LA, it's a wrap, brother. I'm sorry, man. I don't expect nothing good to come out of LA this season.
They too young, man. They too young to play with a LeBron.
You're getting the ball out of LeBron's hands, right? They bringing in Rondo, right? What's that say about Lonzo? You know what I'm saying?
I really don't think Rondo's going to play, man.
Really?
I don't think he's going to start.
Okay. So
I think they're going to leave Lonzo the starter. They got a good veteran to bring in to settle the game down. You got all your athletic players to play with LeBron. It's going to be pump and run basketball. It's like the old running Rebel days.
Yeah, Lance Stevens. Honestly, bro, I just don't understand what they were trying to put together there, bro. It's a hodgepodge. It doesn't show much direction. It doesn't. So, we'll just see what happens.
I even heard of Phil Jackson coming back to LA.
Wow.
Trying to help out. You saw what a fiasco that was when he went to New York.
Oh, so. I saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Firsthand. So, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even want to be there. I'm like, they're going to try to talk him into the same thing and make him go to L.A. He don't really want to be in L.A., so we'll see what happens, man. But, yeah, I definitely don't think there's no championship. Golden State going to run the West. So I'm glad at least he made a decision and did have us hanging around. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah. The season's still, I don't know, the season's going to be awkward now without him in the East. Right. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All things being equal, you know what I'm saying? We'll just see what happens, man. So, Summer League is here right now. You know, you might be able to get a peep of some of those guys, how they working together and all of that type of stuff. I'm going to try to get down there, if not today, because I know New York plays Atlanta today, but definitely sometime next week I'm going to try to get down there and catch a few games myself just to see what's going on, man.
Number 1 and number 2 looking good so far. Number 1, number 2 picks. So DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley. So.
Right, exactly. So we'll see where it goes, man. What else is going on in the sporting world, man? Right now, big all over the world. Everybody's talking about the World Cup.
Brazil got bounced.
Man, I couldn't believe. First of all, Brazil bounced Mexico, right? Yeah. And I thought Mexico was looking real good. Then Brazil gets bounced by Belgium, who made it to the Final Four. So I think Belgium is going against France now. And then earlier today, England knocked off Sweden. Yeah. So now England's going to the Final Four. And I want to say that they're going to go against the winner of Russia-Croatia. Yeah. All right. I believe that'll be it. And then we'll be Final Four, and then we'll see where this thing goes, man. So out of those, man, who you like, man?
I mean, England's always a good team.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's gonna be weird because not to see some of them big teams like Mexico and Brazil in the Final Four is gonna be in Germany. You know, who's the favorite? It's gonna be a little different.
Well, I'm putting my money on Russia.
Are you?
Yeah, because I figure if Putin can control the U.S. elections, he damn sure can control the World Cup. So I'm pretty much it's in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Russia's still there, so I got a feeling they might win today and go all the way down to the end. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, it'll probably be like Rocky. He in there training them on all the advanced equipment.
Exactly.
I will break you.
Exactly. I would be remiss, man, talking about sports right now if we didn't mention the Queen, Serena Williams, man, through all kinds of, difficulties and, even, having a baby and the struggle of trying to train and all of that, is still doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? They gave her a busted seed, number 25 seed. You know what I'm saying? They made her pee in a cup about 150 times and whatnot, man, more so than any other player out there. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, she's just, kicking butt and taking names.
And it's crazy, 9 of the top 10 players have already been knocked out.
Exactly.
Including her sister Venus.
Right.
So it's like, granted she wasn't ranked for a certain reason. She wasn't playing, so they gave her a higher ranking. Exactly. But at the same time, who's going to say she's not either 1 or 2? Yeah. So we'll see. She's the favorite, obviously, to win the whole thing out. She finished her last match strong, man, yesterday, so I ain't too worried about it.
No, I think she's gonna do well, man. She'll continue to do well. I'm excited to see. I hope she goes all the way. I think it's great for women's tennis.
Yeah.
If she goes all the way, and I think it also sends a message to the WTA about how you go about doing rankings for women. You know, just because they decided to start a family. You know, it's not fair to drop them all the way down in the ranks like that. So, all right, man. So here we are. All right, like I said, another puff a minute, man. You got any last thoughts for us?
Man, nah, man. We said it all this time, man.
We said it all this time, man. Only thing I'm gonna say is get your t-shirts, people.
Yeah.
Get your t-shirts.
Get your t-shirt. Make sure to follow us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. Make sure to click the bell link on the YouTube channel, subscribe so you get the notifications.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, people, this is your boy Mick.
And this is Jarron, people.
And we just want to bid you farewell. And thank you for joining us again for another episode of A Puff a Minute. And remember, folk,
we are not just blowing smoke.
Peace.